duration of this course, we have learned about many different elements that are crucial to elevate one's writing. From diving into the alluring world of creative nonfiction to tiptoeing in the intricacies of poetry and even exploring the wondrous ways of blast fiction, one constant has remained: detail. In this course, one thing that I have learned is that no matter what genre you are writing in or what you are writing about, detail is extremely important for the development of any fictional work. Think about it. How else would you be able to reminisce of the riveting years you spent playing ball in high school, or elegize in a poem about the weeping willows and woes of your day? According to page 20 of our class text, Imaginative Writing, the Elements of the Craft, Janet Burroway says that in writing, we must show and not tell. This tactic can be used to elevate the level of descriptive detail in one's writing. When starting a piece, a useful tip can be to inquire about the sense and employ that in your writing. If you are describing your main character's first day at a new job, think to yourself, what does the room look like? What does it smell like? What does your character hear? How does the character feel? Now, put that on the page. Another piece of guidance when elevating the detail in your writing is to establish a sense of focus. In the wise words of William Strunk Jr., the greatest writers are effective largely because they deal in particulars and report the details that matter. When constructing a piece, it is important to distinguish what is important towards the plot or structure of the work and what can just be considered fluff. In my own writing, I have found that a good blend of significant details or abstractions within the piece can provide the contrast needed to set the tone of the piece. An example of when I have put that tactic of focus into my own work is in my poem Hands from earlier in the semester. An excerpt reads as follows. The work of the day never seems to cease. So much to do, yet so little time. I've reached the end of the day. A day filled with working with my hands, from conducting the band at rehearsal to sitting in classes all day doodling a boy out of the letters boy. The work is not yet done. As you can see, I made sure to incorporate details that work to establish the tone of the poem, through description, all while maintaining a focus on the main point, hands. A final recommendation that I would suggest when writing an imaginative piece is to keep voice in mind when crafting a story. The lens from which you write has a great deal to do with the depth and complexity of details you are hoping to incorporate in your piece. As Jan Whitehead says, we can only talk about ourselves in the language we have available. If that language is rich, it illuminates us. But if it is narrow or restricted, it represses and conceals us. For this reason, in much of my own work, I think about shades of meaning to the words I use in addition to thinking about how I want the reader to feel. Having a goal in mind for what you want your story or poem to feel like allows you to take on a certain role as the author and illustrate those thoughts and emotions as seen fit. My piece, Apology. In this work, I wanted to craft my voice as one of vulnerability and melancholy. An excerpt reads as follows. Mama, please forgive me, for this is not the way you taught me to be. When the world never gave way, I forged my own. Unrelentless and ruthless, I put myself first. The dark ages have not ceased. We are living amongst them. It is not a dog-eat-dog world. It is a life devours humanity one. Just try to stay strong, stay alive, and keep your chin held high. As you can see, crafting a distinct voice when writing allows for an elevated level of meaning and emotion to the piece that can greatly aid in adding imagery in the minds of the reader. Thanks for listening along to my presentation, and I hope that I've left something meaningful with you today.